JKB back with another episode. Today I'm reviewing Snipperclips. Thank you to Nintendo Canada for sending over the review copy. I've got a big thing I want to do. I want to hit 75,000 subs this year. So this can happen by your support. That's it. Because YouTube kicked me out of the house. I live in a fucking van down by the river. So please help me out by sharing, liking, subscribing, all of that good stuff. It's going to definitely get me to 75,000 subs this year if you do so. So thank you for watching. Let's get into the review of Snipperclips for the Nintendo Switch. In Snipperclips, you play as two different characters. You play as Snip and Clip. These are two characters that you're able to control if you're playing in single player by swapping out between them. The game is quite simple in its design. You go over each other and overlap and cut each other apart, creating different objects that you can use to solve the puzzles in this game. Now, that sounds simple in its design, but once you get into it, you realize that your best friend, named Josh, isn't doing what you fucking ask him to do, and you want to murder him. But I gotta say right off the bat, there's a lot of fun to be had in this. Simple puzzles such as popping balloons. So you have to think, what do we do? How do we cut each other up to solve this puzzle? So you might want to turn into a sharp object, and then you'll have the ability to pop the balloon and finish that level. Other levels will include things like basketballs, so you have to figure out how we're going to get this ball through the hoop. So you have to cut each other into shapes, you know, essentially a little bit of a basket, and you bring them up and jump it in, and you've finished that level. So that's the game. It's a very simple game in its design. However, all of the puzzles really come together to create something that's kind of unique on the Switch that you're not going to see anywhere else. This is a game that you'll definitely want to play with somebody else. Playing on your own, yes, you can swap between the characters, but it is very confusing at times when you're trying to figure these things out. So two minds really come together to solve the puzzles. The other thing that I find very cool about this game is there's a party mode. So party mode will introduce another two players on screen. So you've got 4 on screen and you're each switching between them. So the puzzles are almost double the difficulty when you're in party mode. So it's like all of a sudden you can have 4 players, but if there's 2 players, you have to split it up between you. And then those puzzles make you want to murder each other as well. I mean, Josh, just fucking rotate in the right direction. Sorry. Yeah. But overall, there's not too much to really harp on this game. I don't know why I say harp. What the fuck does that even mean? But there's so much fun to be had here, but I'm gonna say this, the negative side of this game is definitely that you'll want to kill your partner if they're not listening to what you're telling them, or if you're trying to be the lone wolf trying to figure out the puzzle on your own, you're gonna murder each other. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be murders and people will die. So in saying all of that, Snipperclips is a pretty cheap game. I mean, I think it's $34 Canadian or $20 US. I don't know the actual price, but the point here is if you have a Switch and you're wanting to go into an office and play the Switch with your friend while he's at work, hopefully getting him fired, you can just pop the Joy-Cons off and you've got a great little 2-player puzzle game. And I do recommend it for the people out there that are kind of like done with Zelda. What do you do now? I definitely recommend it if you have a daughter or a son and you want to kind of not just play video games, you want to use your imagination here and try to figure things out. That's the type of game you're going to get out of Snipperclips. So I highly recommend it for those types of people that really like to solve puzzles together with somebody else. You can play it single player, however, I feel that it's going to shine when you're playing multiplayer. There's a ton of levels in this. Once you unlock the original batch of levels, it goes on to something else. I don't want to give that away. So there are surprises in the game. Its longevity is it's pretty long. I mean, some of the puzzles are actually make you scratch your beard and go, "Well, Sonny, what do we do here?" So yeah, I recommend picking it up if you have a Switch. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So thank you so much for watching. I've got so many other reviews coming up here. I really I'm like buried alive under them. So hopefully you guys know that in the last month I've put up like 22 videos, reviews, all sorts of things. So please go back and check that out on the channel, because YouTube is not doing its job of telling you when I put up new videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of JKB.